since I've done any live work. You're gonna have to give me some comments and feedback if there is any issues with the audio. Yep. So I'll wait until people join, and then if you have any, I'm going to do a store tour. So I see one person's active, and I don't know if chat's going to come up on my phone or not. I don't know how that works. I wish I could be better at this technology stuff, but we're just kind of doing a live. I feel like lives are more forgiving and being good at this technology stuff. All right, so if I do YouTube, I think if I go to my studio, I can get in there. So give a shout out if you are in the live. Let's do, all right, here we go. How do I get to, I don't know how to do this. And am I sideways? Oh, I'm sideways. Am I sideways? Oh, I'm sideways. Bummer. Well, how do you do this? I guess I'm doing it like this. I thought maybe it would change the angle during a live, but maybe it doesn't work that way. Well, thank you for the obvious comment. My camera is sideways. You are correct. My old phone was sideways. So if you have questions for me while I'm in here, hello, Fernando. That's probably much better instead of having to try to turn your monitor sideways. I'm sorry. So I feel like I'm an infant at this technology stuff, and I do it all day long for my career. I'm interested in doing a store tour and giving some updates on how things are going around the store, but I am definitely going to wait until maybe we get a few more participants. Dunder Mifflin, hello. Thank you guys for joining the live. I really don't have much of a plan, so you guys are welcome to ask questions, and I'll give instant feedback. I was working on something on my computer here just a moment ago, and I lost track of my head what that was. Oh, I know what it was. I have a server. Let me tell you what I do. One of the things I do. I'm not going to show you this page, but I feel like my channel is definitely mostly for other Bricklink and Lego stores. I don't feel like I get a lot of people who are customers or necessarily Lego enthusiasts who don't have a store also. So I'm glad to be able to be a voice for the community. We really love what we do here, serving customers and selling Lego. I never expected to be doing this. I've been doing it since 2017. And I feel like our channel, our Bricklink channel, rather our YouTube channel about Bricklink, is all about sharing about how we do the business, how we're planning on growing our business, how we try and do great customer service, maybe my outlook on what is going to happen with Bricklink. Dunder Mifflin, I see your question about a big robot update. Yeah, I wish that was a better update, but I will definitely give you my current position on sorting with a robot. And so I will definitely do that. Let me make a note on that as a topic. So there's a question about big robot, or just I'm thinking my current thought, my philosophy on robots right now. I've written that down. Okay. So one of the things that I do that maybe I don't know if anybody knows, because I've never really talked about it outside of my own circle. We have in our store 117,952 lots. But when you look on Bricklink, you're only going to see 43,134 lots. My thought behind that is that we want to make sure that we have one of every item available, purchased for a customer. Then, as an item sells out of a location, then a different item is already in another location. It will move to an available slot. Two reasons for that. Number one, I want to always make sure that product that we have available to sell is available for customers anytime they come to visit our site or Bricklink and our store. Second reason is there's just not an ability for Brick Freedom to handle past a certain point. It wasn't really designed for that. And so we are working in the design of what is capable from the tools that we love to use, which Brick Freedom is one of the tools we love to use. It's very valuable to us and it helps us to get things done. So that's one of the reasons that we do that way. And there's definitely gaps in the technology that I've used. I wrote Python code using ChatGPT that runs on a server that logs on to Bricklink and identifies items that are in the stock room that are not available for purchase in the store. It's supposed to then programmatically go in and release those items from stock room, but there's just gaps. There's gaps in the way I wrote the SQL code, or rather ChatGPT wrote it for me because I do not write Python code, but I can work with ChatGPT and other technologies in order to accomplish that. And that's what I was going to do. I feel like my server isn't running correctly. So I've just updated the MongoDB. So I log on through the API to Bricklink and BrickOwl, and I take all of the inventory and I load it through the API into a MongoDB, as well as a MySQL in a different way, MySQL database. So the MongoDB has been updated. It's got 117,950 items. The BrickOwl is a result of the synchronization from Brick Freedom. So it only has 40,381 items for sale. So we work primarily out of the store inventories for Bricklink. Now I have additional code that I want to run through a task. Let's see. All right. So auto stockroom inventory Mongo. So if we run this, it runs only once a day. Is that right? Maybe that's why it wasn't running daily. Oh, I want to run this more than once a day. Oh, I need to run this like is there a way to run this every 2 hours? Can I change this trigger? How do I edit this? Properties. Okay, so go properties of the task, edit my trigger. Sorry, you can't see my screen, but there's so much other data on this screen. All right. And then repeat task every, why do I only get 1 hour and 8 hours? 8 hours would be 3 times a day. I don't want to run it too much because then you only get a limited number of API calls on Bricklink. And if the thing was poorly written, it's going to go things really well. Oh, I know what I can do. I can do it every 8 hours and then create the limit of the number of items that it adds every single time to be like 250, and that'd be up to 750 items a day. Let's do that. Okay, so we're doing that. All right, so now it's running every 8 hours, and it's going to add 250 items, and I'm just going to go ahead and run it now. And I have ChatGPT set up so that it will create a log of the items that it added, and I can show you that. I'll point this camera at the screen, and we'll look at the log if you're interested in that. Like I said, this is deep technology, back-end operations of Great Brick Lab about how we automate the release of product so that anytime, because if we sold out of 2x4 red bricks, if some customer came in and bought all 50 of our 2x4 red bricks or whatever, 5,000, whatever we've got, then I probably have another drawer somewhere around with 2x4 red brick in it, whether it's 50 or 10 or whatever. Those are not available for purchase until the other one is sold out. So the next customer comes in and says, hey, he has 2x4 red brick. He may not have as many, but I've got 2x4 red brick available for the next customer in line. I don't mind being bought out on items, but if that does happen, I feel like the next customer coming in may not see that, and I may not know that to add that item for a month or more, or may not get to it for a year. And that's one of the issues. As I send a survey with every order that we send out. I think Bricklink and Brickall does a survey. I know Bricklink for sure, but I'm not sure about Brickall. We send out a survey, a link to a survey, and I haven't looked at it in a while, but one of the most popular comments we got back is that they just don't see enough of it available common parts inside of our store. So that comment created work for me to do that. Okay, so here's the log. Let me open this up and I'll show you the log. Okay, so it ran at 1540. That was 1 minute ago, and it definitely, oh, gosh, it didn't even run 250 items. So, okay, so if we do, if I take this off of here, and is there a way, okay, I can swap this. So here's what it did. So this, I'm remoted into my server it's in this building, but I'm remoting into it because I remote into it from home as well. And then there, yeah, it is. There's a 970. So if I take this stockroom item and I copy that and I go to log on to my store, and we go to inventory and we paste in the lot ID. And there, yeah, now that those legs are now available, and there was 3 of them in there. Now my next question is, how many other of these legs are available in my store? So if I go up here and I paste that there and I say my store inventory. So, okay, so we got one there, one there, one there, and those are all stockroom. And then there's the one. So we did not have those legs available until this moment. So the next step is to come over to Brick Freedom and then synchronize Brick Freedom, sync inventory Brick Freedom. You guys are now seeing my sales numbers, so congratulations if you're watching carefully. So, so now Brick Freedom will update and then synchronize with Brick Owl to make that available for Brick Owl customers as well. So, and now I've got that running at 250 lots, but it didn't even release 250 lots. How many did it actually release? Now I can go into Bricklink here and I can say 49. It just released 49. So we have 49 lots that were not currently available. And I still think there's going to be flaws in it because I still think I'm not really good at writing the well, again, ChatGPT from my prompts wrote the filter, and I just don't know if it's in there. Okay, a big robot update. So I hope you're still on, Dunder Mifflin, or if you're not, you come back and watch this recording later. So the philosophy that I've landed on with a sorting robot. Originally, when we started this journey, the person had come to us and said, I want to build you a sorting robot as a project that they personally had an investment or a desire to complete. And I was like, great, we'll pay you for the materials. It cost me about $1,000. I got a big robot, and it would have worked. Honestly, I think if it would have had a little bit more effort from me, and I didn't have the time to put into it, and the individual who created Big Robot got into advanced college classes. They were basically high school age, and they were, halfway done with college, maybe even more than that. They were just too busy, and that's great. I really was encouraged by the project and the summer that they did of creating that machine. We have dismantled that machine, unfortunately. It was taking up space, and we weren't using it for over a year. And when we did go try and turn it on, it didn't turn on, and they were going to come and fix it. And I was like, you know what? I've had more opportunity to think about my philosophy about sorting robot. So we at GBL, we sell about maybe 2,500 pounds of Lego per year. We pay sort level 1, which if you've seen in my old content, I can tell you sort level 1 is basically a category sort of parts from raw material. Taking apart the Lego and breaking it down to 24 different like categories by a human, at $1.35 per pound. Spend about I don't know, $6,000-7,000 in a year to sort 4,000 pounds, which feeds the store inventory, of which we're only selling 2,500 pounds. A robot, by its design, should really be able to sort, 4,000 pounds a week, a month, 10,000 pounds a month. It's significantly more sorting. Once that's sorted, then we got to store it. All that sorting, somebody still has to take all that Lego apart. All that sorting hasn't gone through a real quality check. And that quality check that's done by the person, albeit sometimes it's not great because maybe they're not familiar with Lego or they know that that's the quality part you want to put into the troll category. It's not being done at all by a robot. So eventually somebody else, a human, is going to have to do a quality check on all that robot processed material. Troll, discolored, damaged, that kind is being done by the human. So if a robot doesn't eliminate that, I don't think a robot could eliminate, especially the troll or the non-Lego that comes through, or the poor quality stuff, like discolored especially. So thinking about it that way, and the amount of money it costs to have it sorted by a person, and what they're able to accomplish with that level of sorting, that first level sort, the robot, it was just going to be an increase of cost, energy needed to operate it, and it was just going to be a straight cost up. It wasn't going to do anything to reduce our costs at all. Now, the amount of sorted product definitely would increase, but I don't need it. I don't need that much more sorted in order to sell it. Now, if I one time say my mind has changed, I need 10,000 pounds of sorted brick in one category, then a robot would be able to produce that. Now I'm going to take all that and do a quality check on just that. I might get there one point, but spending $100,000, which is what I could get a robot for as a production unit, or a system that would they come in, they install, and they walk away and it works, and I can get support from them. There's a robot out there you can get for $100K. I just don't feel like that's a great investment with our liquid right now, or even spending $25,000 a year annually and expensing that. I just don't feel like that's the best thing to do today. So there's that end of it on supporting our store's ability to produce and sell. I don't think that's it, because we have so much already sorted. And it doesn't cost me that much to get 4,000 pounds sorted. I don't employ people. There's a benefit to the community when people can come in and work for us. I don't want to eliminate that. I like having that community connection, and the efficiency that you get from a robot just kind of, it's not quite there. Plus the expertise or the AI for the robot was going to be a challenge, at least at that point in time. Things have changed a little bit now. There's so many people trying to build the models for Lego, and Recognize has done a great job, but there's still going to be even flaws in that, in the way it IDs, because it can only do one camera angle, I think, at this point in time. Okay, so there's one branch of Big Robot's philosophy for me today. The second branch of where I've landed on a robot sorting system, the best, what I hope happens future going forward, is smaller robots that are run by people at home. So there's a robot out there, and if you get on YouTube and you do search, I think it's, Lego sorting machine will get you a lot of results. No, brick sorting, if you do brick sorting machine, the top result and the site is brick sorting machine. So if you go to YouTube channel, brick sorting machine, this is the machine that I think is what we want right now, where I'm at today. This is what I want today. I would like these small devices that are made out of Lego and other materials that are easy to source. Maybe the servos and the motors, maybe there's a little bit of investment there, but I'd be willing to give the Lego and the sourced material to build one of these machines, everything, technology, cameras, servos, motors, the Lego. I will provide that to a family, a father-son, mother-daughter, whatever combination. I don't care. I feel like there's some value in a group working together, especially if we get a kid involved who has an interest in robotics and technology, and just to build and create something, I think is great. To adults, I guess I really don't care, as long as they put the effort into building the machine. So we want Lego sorted. Here's all the material to build this machine, and go build it, make it work, operate it. Here's the Lego to sort in the machine, operate it in the space where you're at, and give us the result, and we'll still pay you the same rate. You know, today that's where I'm at. And then once they're done with that machine, maybe they run it for a year or 2 years, they perfect it, whatever, learn what they've learned from it, then we get the machine back, and then we hand it on to another group for that. So that's kind of where I'm at today. And so brick sorting machine, he's doing it as a hobby, and I've had conversations with him and others about this specific level of a machine. I feel like this is the target right now. Well, I'm saying this is my target right now. I feel like that would be a great way to do it. I put a post on Facebook saying I want somebody to come work for me to build this machine so we can get like a prototype up and going. I don't have time to do it. I don't have the knowledge or expertise. For me to do this, I feel like would be 40 plus hours of work over a long period of time. And I just don't have that many hours. And I feel like the productivity that I would gain from it, where I could say, here's materials to do it yourself. Somebody comes in and says, I've got it. I got an engineering background and I want to teach my son to do this, or my daughter, or my cousin, or whoever. Yeah, that's where I'm at today. So I'm hoping to have multiple of these machines that we pay for to be built that are returned to us. It could be across the country, as far as I'm concerned. If somebody doesn't have to be local to me, I will send Lego and all the materials. We'll build a relationship. So if you're watching this video and you go to Brick Sorting Machine YouTube channel and you say, I can build that machine. Well, he's going to provide the designs. He's going to do all this stuff to help make it possible for these machines to be built. He's documenting things. You use Brickignize as the AI. That's what's available today. But there's a lot of other components that need to go. You got to program the servos. You got to make sure it drops in the right location. All kinds of things have to be done in a precise way to make it work properly. If you're willing to do that and you're watching this video, reach out to me and we will help to provide you the resources to build it. That's where I'm at today on Brick Sorting Machine. So I'm reading the comment here. I think I saw that one by Dunder Mifflin. I needed to investigate it more. One material you could look into is called Kydex. I don't know what Kydex is. The really good, cool thermal plastic I used to make holsters. You can mold it into any shape. Well, yeah. Dunder Mifflin, sounds like that'd be a great material to work with. I'm not going to do it. It's not going to be me. It's going to be me hiring somebody or paying a contract on a term to do that. So anybody who's watching this who's got time to do it, please contact me. I would like to see multiple versions, multiple of these machines made. And the cool thing is that I personally think it's great for a hobby. As somebody is like, I got a hobby in this and I want to learn even more, and I want the challenge of building the machine. And there's resources out there. I mean, if we build a community, I got my Discord channel. If we build a community of people building the machines and collaborating, and we're all doing it in different, unique ways, and because the source material on this is not complicated. I mean, if you look at the video, it's Lego. It's Lego. It's corrugated. It's cut in plastic. Maybe the conveyor belt and some of the motors and some of the other technology. Maybe there's a little bit of investment there, but we'll help. We will help to get those things done. Okay, so time for a store tour because I don't see any other questions. I'm on skates, so if I fall, make sure you take a snippet of that portion of the video and share that with all of your friends. Okay, so if I turn this around, I do have one person working and picking right now. There's my picker. All right, so in this area of the store, very little has changed. We used to have some technology stuff over here. These are now drawers. So you still start here in the new. This is new, and new goes to the end of the row, and then one column, actually a part of a column. So this is all new, and then right here is where new ends. Okay, and then here's where the used starts, and then again, but not much has changed here. Oh, there's the vacuum. It got lost. I had to put that on the charger. Yeah, it don't belong there. I'll put it back away later. Okay, so yeah, I won't be able to zip through everything, but so all acro mills down that row, and this row, and a little bit of this row down here on the end. Okay, then you get some of these larger ones. Now these larger ones are X, so little bit, you know, like you go to the end of this one here, then you have to back up and you have to start over here again. Some of our more savvy pickers are able to say, I'm here, but I'm going to go ahead and go somewhere else in the pick sheet and pick from on that other side as well. I just go to the end and I back up a little bit. Then you jump the aisle. Then the X continues through all of this right here. And then you jump down to this end and then you head back that way. And again, some of our more savvy pickers, when they get to this first, what is this, second turn, they look at the bottom of the sheet and they grab everything from this area here and then they pack it up so they don't have to do a backup. Then you got books in here. So books are in the Y section. And then there's this Z category. We had this thing somebody built, so we decided to take advantage of it with these tackle boxes. People just take these things home and they fill it with bits. They drop it off, and then I add it into the store. And that is actually all the pickable material. Okay, so this station here used to be the packing station. When we first moved in, this was all the packing station. Now the same desk is there. It's condensed, and it's no longer a packing station, but it's a binning station. I sit here, and sometimes I grab drawers, and I bin parts. This here is going to be our minifig wall. We're starting to catalog, or not actually catalog, organize. We're just organizing minifig parts in here. So we've got all kinds of, this is all hair, just everything in this is just minifig hair. So if we're trying to build a minifig, we can find one in here. Here's droid parts, parts that go on a minifig, like an accessory, flag, all that. I mean, there's just, it's not all done yet. I had a lot of this at home, and I dropped it off, and I said, I'm done with this at home. You guys can have it, and it's being built up slowly. I told them they could take more than a year to accomplish this, to get it done, but that's in process of being built. Okay, our picking carts, I don't know when the last video was posted, but I'm pretty confident that these picking carts have not changed. Hello, Ben T. And so these are 2x3, so 3 foot wide, 2 foot deep. One thing that has changed is we just kind of put this mat on top of here. This one here, a little bit different, has these mouse pad mats, but these are just taped on here. And the softness of this marine vinyl that we get at Joanne Fabric on, with the 60% off coupons, we get it pretty inexpensively, but we put it everywhere. We put it on top of here. We put it on top of these things. I mean, we don't even care how we put it on there. We just slap it on there. We were going to put it on this desk over here, but we found we just needed just enough here. So this is, yeah. Okay, so that's the new packing station. We'll get to that in a minute. So the picking carts, they zigzag around in the aisles, and they get all their parts for multiple orders there, okay? All right, so, all right. Up on top of here, you're going to have sets. These sets are in BrickLink. These are listed as an available part, and it will probably say something like X077 upper or above or something like that. And then, very clearly the set number is on the boxes to identify the sets there. So that's like everything. I'm focusing right now on the rows, and I think think I've pretty much covered everything down the rows. We are still using the lowers, but I'm trying to encourage them to use the lowers even less. The original concept for the lowers was if like this one here had more than it could handle of this piece, instead of adding it to another drawer, you put it down there. But now with unconsolidated lots, we really don't need the lowers as much. And they started using lowers as a drawer location rather than an overflow for a drawer, like an individual drawer location. So it doesn't matter. Every order that you get for that in part, you're going to be bending down and getting it. It just slows things down. So yeah. Question from Ben T. How many employees do we have? I don't really. They're all contractors, so they come and go whenever they feel like it. But I think, like, if I think about today, we had 1, 2, maybe 5 people work. Some of them work 3 hours. Some of them work 2 hours, and they go to a workout. Then they come back, and some of them, get a call. They got to leave. I mean, we're really flexible about that kind of thing. Okay, so this is another workstation area. This is a binning station. Somebody who works here, all they do is they go grab drawers, and then they'll add parts to drawers, and then take the drawers back and put them in. Okay. This is sorting. So raw material box sits here, and then it gets sorted raw material down there. These are all in some condition form, ready to go sets. It could be missing 10 parts. It could be missing 50 parts. It could be, we don't know how many parts are missing. But all of this stuff is somebody saying, all right, that is this set, but it doesn't have all the parts. We need a few more pieces for it, but we're going to set that aside and get to it later. So constantly generating work, right, in order to accomplish building those sets. And you can see our pre-sort categories. Ooh, that's interesting. What is that? There's somebody on this channel and be like, I know exactly what that is. I know that's cool. I don't know what that is. Okay. So now, here's something new that most of the people on the channel won't know. We have retail. So if you were to be in Milan, our address is 337 2nd Avenue East in Milan, Illinois, and you're in the area and you're on here on a Saturday. Saturdays, we are open from 9 until 12. That's it. 3 hours right now on a Saturday. And so, yeah, this is it. It's pretty simple. It cost me about $75 to open up this retail. I already had the shelves. I already had the Lego. It was this thing and this thing. That was it. I had to buy those. These things here we find at auctions, so I consider that to be like a nil cost. I already had that thing. We already had the sort categories. Yeah. So, and I have a new employee that works on Saturdays, and he's been having a lot of fun. Look at this. So, no, not that one. There we go. There's one right there. Can I zoom in? Okay, yeah. So there's a little scene, droid battle scene. Okay, here's one in the back right there. So there is a pirate scene that he's built. The gentleman building these is really enjoying the work. And I told him, your little scenes look great and love the minifig displays, but somebody starts buying off of them and they're going to look bare, so we're going to have to be ready to refill them. So, and this is one of his first ones, just a way to display minifig. So, yeah, so again, 337 2nd Avenue East, Milan, Illinois. Stop by on Saturday from 9 until 12. That's when we're open. I am considering more hours, but not really at this, not too soon. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Okay, another question here. I have, if I have questions in the future, is the way you can reach out to me. Yes, you just contact us at greatbricklab@gmail.com and you will get us. Absolutely. Okay, so now the new packing station. So like I said, the packing station was here. So you came at the end of your pick and you stuck out here, right? Well, we needed more space for packers, and we lowered the desk a little bit so they can sit and process orders. So pickers will sometimes only pick and drop off, or rather pick and quit. they'll walk out. They're done for the day. All they do is pick. They like picking. They like walking the rows. They put on their headphones. They hang out, or they get the pick done, and then they leave, and that's fine. Then they'll come over here, and somebody else will come in and do the verification. So you got a management station down at the end for most of the customer service. Another person who's right there on the other side of that row, the picker who is here right now, is working there right now. That's another assistant to the manager who also does customer service. I'm
a manager.
She's a manager. Okay. She must be a manager.
I am.
Am the manager. Oh,
yes.
Okay. Wow, that's good news. Then these are the tablets that are charging, that are ready to go out for a pick. And yeah, then they'll verify here, then, drop them there, and then eventually they go over to here where the mail people come in and pick up the mail. How many orders do we do per day? I don't know. A lot? 70? I don't know. Somewhere between 30 and 70. Depends on the day. Mondays can be a whole lot more because of the weekend. We don't work on Sunday, so sometimes Mondays can be a lot more. But sometimes, we only do 30 on a Monday and we do 70 on a Tuesday. So I think, I don't know, like 1,000 a month, something in that range, somewhere around 1,000 a month. We are going through a change. Profitability has been pretty tough. This season has been really, really tough on us. Now, we were profitable last year, but I think we could have done a lot better. So we're doing some strategic changes. So if you shop with us, you're definitely going to see changes in the minimum amount you got to spend in order to do a purchase. And the volume levels that we're able to achieve are just going to be different. Okay, so yeah, thank you, Zach, for the encouragement. Okay, so other areas of the store. I want to wrap this up soon because I think I have dinner plans, or I'm going to want to eat dinner soon. I think somebody's getting hungry. Okay, so these are pizza boxes that just perked up. A friend of ours had a pizza restaurant that he is now let go of. He's no longer running his pizza restaurant. He's moved into a different business endeavor. And so we use these large pizza boxes for the large 48 by 48 plates. But as it turns out, my other manager says that we can use this size as well. Man, that pizza he made was so good too. I'm going to miss that place a lot. Okay, so this is raw material ready to go into the pre-sort categories. So you're really getting the whole thing. So this is the sheet that has the breakdown of the categories, which is available if you have a desire for this sheet. If I think of it, I can definitely add a link to this, or just email me at greatbricklab@gmail.com, and I will respond with the link to our Google Doc where you can get that. But David West also has that available for anybody who wants it too. So this area of raw materials here, if people sort for us, this is where they pick up their material to get. And some people, they come in. They just need to be led into the building. They'll do a drop-off. They'll fill out the drop-off sheet. They'll hand that to somebody. They can get paid right there at the moment if somebody's here. And they leave the sorted stuff. They'll grab another one and they'll leave. They're like here less than 5 minutes if it all works out. And that's a contractor. They come in and they kind of just, come in and they're responsible for getting their own stuff in. So I just remembered I need to grab a camera here. So these are the new cameras that we're using for Recognize. We still have plenty of the other cameras. There's nothing wrong with the other cameras. I prefer this camera for the moment, as it has a little LED light built into it, and also has a fixed focus point rather than an autofocus point. The autofocus is good because it gets close. Those Microsoft cameras that we've been buying for like $10, but I've been able to find these for $8, which I cannot get that source again. That does not seem like it's available again, but I got a ton of them for $8. I was thrilled about that, and then I quit buying them because I guess you get to a point you have enough. All right, so let me do one quick jump to the other side of the building. So this side that I'm on is 2,000 square feet. The other side that I'm walking over to now, this is 4,000 square feet. So what do we have over here? So the kitchen that is over here, employee kitchen. This over here is back warehouse, what we call back warehouse. So I talked about sort level 1. Sort level 1 is raw materials sort into 22 categories. Sort level 2 is taking those, this is arches. Sort level 2 is taking those one category of raw material and then cataloging it into a BSX file for our later to be what I call binning, or what we call binning here, to add to a drawers, make it available for a customer for sale. So we know what's in here. We can actually search this. I created a database backend for this. They can search by color, ID, and part number. So if we're missing a piece, they can scan the entire thing and find it in here. It's just the GBL part finder, and they can do it. Now, with all the part number changes that Bricklink is going to do, there's going to be a ton of part numbers in there. We may want to make a note of the old part numbers, or maybe I think they're going to put notes on the existing new part numbers of the old part number, because those files will not automatically update. Those files will have the old numbers on them. So we may look for something and say, we don't have it, but it could really be in there. When we go to add it, obviously we'll have to fix the part numbers once everything kind of flushes out. Okay, so I'm in a new spot here. So this is raw materials that have been pre-screened, and it's just going to storage. We buy a ton of these tubs. I bought another 4 of the tubs. I think I've had to do that 5, maybe 6 times. Going through a lot of tubs here. All of this is Lego. Multiply that by 3. That one there times 3, and that one there times 3. That's how much Lego we have in our raw material backlog. These are the boxes that we get from our supplier. These are the aisles of the sort categories. So I've heard recently that's pretty low. This one, somebody cleaned out like all of our categories. So actually, it isn't like that. Ooh, look, there's a minifig one. What is that doing down there? What is this doing here?
I have no idea.
So this is a minifig category.
Yeah, that's like minifig.
No, that's not minifig. That's Technic.
No, that is minifig. There's like minifig stuff in there.
Well, there shouldn't be. This is Technic.
Oh, I thought those were minifig.
No, yeah, well, I see minifig bits in there, but that's Technic. That does not belong in there. I'm taking that. I'm taking this. That doesn't belong in there. So this is the back wall, extra boxes. See you later, kiddo. Love you too. Extra technology supplies, shelving supplies. There's a lounge down here. Let me show you the employee lounge. Not too many people use the lounge. I mean, who wants to hang out in a dusty old warehouse? But some people, it's actually kind of cool for them. Yeah. No, it's because it's too big. It won't fit in the box. I'll call them. Love you too. Okay, so we get a lot of stuff to donate to the Goodwill in our storage locker business that we do, which is slowed down quite a bit because it's just getting too expensive even to buy a storage locker. So employee lounge, gaming systems, when we're having, I don't know, my 4-year-old loves to play those. Lego office. So when we bought this place, it came with an office, and this is the office. So boxed sets, mostly back here in the office. Just kind of long-term holding box sets. It looks like a lot, but honestly, I've seen some people that have many times more than that. Trains in here, monorail, more train on top. Looks like roller coaster bits up there. There's a box of monorail. It's like all monorail. I think that one's all monorail. Yeah. So I mean, we've been collecting Lego. I started this business 7 years ago, and over the 7 years, you just accumulate a lot of Lego. So yeah. Oh, I left that Lego box bag, that minifig bag. So I have time this week to do more lives. So if you're interested, and I see posts of people requesting certain things, I certainly can do that. To share, how we do the business of Lego. We love what we do here. We're grateful for all our customers. I have had a conversation with the fellow store, Beehive Bricks, down in Texas. I got to know Ben down there recently, very recently. And a comment that I made struck with him as he operates his store. One of our goals at Great Brick Lab, and especially with this channel, because I know a lot of people on this channel are other Bricklink stores. Our goal is to help all Bricklink stores, all Brick Owl stores for that matter, be great at what they're doing. So if we, as a community, we work together and not against each other, and how we do customer service, of how we fulfill orders and speed of what we do things. So the techniques and things that we do and what I share on this channel, my goal is to help everybody say, you know what, I like the way Chris is doing it, but I want to change it just a little bit. But I'm not saying I'm best at everything, but I would like us to all be great at what we're doing. So every customer that comes into the channel or through the commerce, Bricklink, Brick Owl, whatever store they go to, has a great experience. Because if he has a great experience at Beehive, he's going to say, Bricklink was a good experience for me. So I have confidence that I could go to another store in Bricklink and have that same great experience. And that's one of the objectives of this store, of my store, and the sharing of information on this channel. So that's what I've got for today. I hope that you've enjoyed this content. Give me some likes and some feedback, questions about what you'd like to have done. This has been fun for me. It's been such a long time since I've done a live. And I will end with this. If you don't understand what the Gunsmoke is about on my channel, I will give you the explanation on that. When I started running the Bricklink store in my basement by myself back in like 2017, 2018, I found Gunsmoke to be a thing I could listen to while picking orders that I really enjoyed. And Gunsmoke is on my channel for me mostly so that I can listen to just the stories, not the commercials in between, not the beginning and the intros. I am mostly interested in the stories and the characters and just that part of it. And I cut those things out on my Gunsmoke, and I added some detail. And so if I want to skip to a particular episode, I've kind of put those in there. So that's why I put Gunsmoke on my channel. And that's it. That's it. And I'm gonna, and it's actually been more popular, to be honest with you. I get thousands, tens of thousands of views on those videos, up to 10,000 views on some of them, where I don't get that many views on this. So it's not about that. It's just, I like listening to it. And if I'm going to build the content, I might as well share it with everybody else. So that's why Gunsmoke is on my channel. So I'm going to close this out. Everybody have a great day.